with the jumps, must have a 10 start value.
Elena Prodanova, another potential changing in the medal positions. We still haven't received the score of Zamolodchikova, and Prodanova coming into her final performance of the day, lying in 6th spot.
"19-year-old smashing gymnast. Arabian double punch front like Karpenko, only better. Reading in her profile that she just loves gymnastics. There it is. Straight front into double tuck. This is smashing stuff. For me, the best floor routine so far of the day. Fernando's hideaway, rather an outplayed piece of music on the gymnastics circuit, but her interpretation a little more spectacular than most. Double twisting front into pike front somersault, and Arkaev really enjoyed that. Arkaev, the master of coaches.
13th position for Bai Chunyun. Now let's see if we can get a few scores that are relative to the final placings of the competition. Excellent performance, and Zamolodchikova congratulating her compatriot Prodanova, who took the bronze medal in this event 2 years ago.
Prodanova putting in some smashing tumbles, double twist pike front in the last tumble. We'd just like to have a look at that middle one again. But great friends. While all the judges and all the parents in gymnastics row, the kids still get on, and that's what it's all about. Oh!
4th position, 9.812, 38.673. Now, 38.673 could possibly mean that let's wait till the end of the final scores and the computers put them all in, rather than trying to jump the gun. This is Huang Mandam for China with her final performance on the floor.
We had a lovely picture a while ago over which we weren't able to talk, but Korkina was commiserating with Zamolodchikova, saying, "I know how it feels to just miss out." Meanwhile, the Chinese producer exploits the Chinese performances. And Huang Mandam, very much like her compatriot Dongfang Chu. The two are very similar in type and physique and stature, but really show potential for a great Sydney 2000 Chinese team.
Lisa Skinner for Australia on the beam, reaching the closing stages now of this women's all-around final competition. Looks to be the gold has gone Romania's way. her second of these World Championships, dominating the team event and now wrapping up the all-around with Maria Alaru.
Sign of good natural balance. Obviously a gymnast who's getting tremendous mileage on her limited vocabulary of skill, but obviously has performed it to its very, very best to get this far into the top 36 gymnasts in the world.
Peggy Liddick, the Australian coach, delighted. Huang Wandan going into 7th position. Chinese team coming back strongly in the 4th and final rotation. Again, the slow motion replay of Lisa Skinner's beam performance.
Showing fabulous flexibility in her jumps. Not particularly strong in the acrobatic content. Ooh, and that looked painful on those knees. It looked as though she landed far too straight-legged. Obviously not bothered by it. Hurt me more than her.
Well, again, the Australians will not be too disappointed. They were 6th in the team competition, surprised many by finishing ahead of France and Spain to qualify for that women's team event. And again, with a good contingent of 3 performers in the final. 15th position, 9.487 in her first World Championship event. Well, she doesn't look too happy, but she should be, well, Peggy Liddick, the coach, saying, I'm sure that that is a very, very good result to build upon and to go forwards to the Olympics, where there'll be a lot of pressure upon the Australian competitors to possibly break into the top 10 in the world. And I'm sure Liddick will take the Australians back and start to build with another year to go till the Olympics of Sydney. And of course, I can already guarantee that Eurosport will be bringing you all of the gymnastic gold medals from Down Under as they happen. And September really will be a month to make a note of in your diary, as we will, as always with Olympic Sports, bring you 24-hour coverage. Well, the world's press start to gather before the final calculation is made, but it's not going to change. They're looking for the interviews, they're looking for the photographs, and they're looking for the quotes from Maria Alaru, who has taken the gold in the women's all-around competition. There's just a few scores to go in to give us the full classification, and that's quite important because we'd like to be able to tell you where Lisa Mason from Britain has finished, and also Birgit Schweigert of Germany has finished, and some of the lesser-known competitors. But there is no question, 12 years of waiting has been ended by Maria, as Romania claim their 2nd gold medal at the expense of this beautiful young lady on your screens, Svetlana Korkina. It was a disaster pretty much from start to finish, with exception to a fine performance on the A-bars. Korkina says farewell to her all-around title, and we'll look forward to further results. And they're the confirmation that Zamolodchikova did take the bronze for Russia. There is the confirmation. Maria Alaru, the 1999 women's all-around artistic gymnastic champion, with Karpenko taking the silver, Zamolodchikova taking the bronze for Russia with her last performance of the day, Prodanova taking 4th, Raducan letting that bronze slip through her fingers in her last apparatus, Dong the best for China, Huang in 7th position, and the USA in 8th position with Elise Ray. Hopefully we'll look a little further down so you can spot some of your favourites from the lesser nations. Let's take a look at, hopefully, at the second and third pages. We're quite eager to see, for British Eurosport listeners, where Lisa Mason finishes. Slater there for Australia. She must be delighted with that, as will Moro de Fez for Spain. Moya is 11th. Corkina, the defending champion from 97, says goodbye to the 99 Gold Hopes. She now moves forward to the individual apparatus, where she will be favourite in the A-bars. Corkina finishing 12th, and Amanar, after a disaster on the A-bars in her last performance of the day, has to settle for 14th position, with Skinner for Australia down in 16th spot. Take a look at the gold medal winning performance, and Alaru wrapping it up in her final performance of the morning, and that was her vault. Just to remind you that we'll be back with the men's all-around competition at 21:05, 9:05 Central European time this evening, an hour earlier for our viewers tuning in to British Eurosport right now. This definitely worth a second look.
And undoubtedly a spectacular vault.